Did you know in the Avengers, the nuke detonation time lines up with real time? The Avengers are doing their best to protect New York City from Loki's attack, fighting off the Chitauri, and attempting to close the portal. The government instead decided to send a nuke in to blow up the entire city, and when the pilot releases the nuke, he says, "Detonation in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. As we know, Tony Stark redirects the nuke, redirecting it into space. But if you watch the timestamps of the movie, you would realize that the nuke goes off at almost exactly 2 minutes, 30 seconds, making it accurate to the detonation time. Did you know in Avatar: Way of the Water, the movie would have to make an insane amount of money to profit? It's no surprise to anyone that the movie that's taken years to make has a huge budget, with estimations putting it anywhere between $350 million and $450 million. This means that the Avatar sequel will have to be at least the 5th or 4th highest grossing movie of all time, having to earn over $2 billion just for them to break even on the budget. Avatar still sits as the highest grossing movie of all time, having made $2.9 billion. Did you know in Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino left a hilarious joke in the end credits? Towards the end of the movie, we can see Pumpkin and Honey Bunny continue their robbery on the diner, and at one point, they even hold the coffee shop manager at gunpoint. When asked if he's being a hero, the manager responds with, "I'm not a hero, just a coffee shop," before he gets cut off. As a joke, the actor who plays him is actually listed in the credits as having played Coffee Shop. Did you know in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, there were multiple deleted scenes and concepts that never made it to the final film? There was a short clip of Yoda arriving on Dagobah, but George decided that the epilogue of the film needed to focus on the members of the Skywalker family. Yoda's scene ended up being included as a bonus on the DVD release of the film. According to Ahmed, there's also a deleted scene that includes the Emperor and Jar Jar. In the scene, Palpatine mockingly thanks Jar Jar for granting him emergency powers that end up resulting in him taking over the galaxy. General Grievous was also going to be a small child sitting in a floating chair. George ended up rejecting this as he didn't think that a child would be taken seriously. Did you know in The Walking Dead, the Whisperer's arrival was foreshadowed back in Season 3. One of the best episodes of The Walking Dead, Clear, saw fan favorite Morgan make a return, albeit slightly crazier due to the loss of his son. When Rick tries to get Morgan to recognize him, Morgan recognizes people wearing the faces of dead men. Comic book fans will know that the Whisperers exist, but fans of the show wouldn't see them come into play until 6 seasons later, where they were the main antagonists of Season 9. Did you know in Guardians of the Galaxy, the prison jumpsuits had a hidden detail on them? When we see the misfit Guardians of the Galaxy enter Kiln Prison, we see them placed in these yellow jumpsuits, except for Groot, of course. On each of their left legs is a slightly different stripe pattern, and the reason for the unique pattern is that each line represents a different crime the person has committed. It's not just the crimes listed, but also different colors which represent the different categories that each crime they were convicted for falls under. Did you know in Stranger Things, the Rainbow Room's wall painting revealed where Number 1 was? When Eleven is trying to regain her powers in her standoff against the Number 1, who worked for Brenner, she essentially makes him disappear, but his location isn't revealed. This is, however, unless you notice the rainbow painting on the back wall. On Eleven's side, the rainbow is painted the correct way up, but on Number 1's side, it's upside down, the same place he was sent to where he transformed into Vecna.